For this final stage of setup for our grid, what we're going to do is glue this gridded piece onto some sort of throwaway paper, either notebook paper or a piece of copy paper. And we're going to number the squares at the top and letter the squares on the side. We're going to do that on this photo grid, and then we're going to also do it on the grid that we're attaching to our face. So it's numbered at the top, it's lettered to the bottom, and mine go quite a ways. The reason we're going to do this is so that when we want to find, some arbitrary square, we can find it easily by going, that square is 2H. So I can head on over to 2H, and that is the square that I had chosen on my thing. So it really helps to go back and forth. I'm going to need to see that you've numbered and you've lettered. I don't mind if you want to put the letters at the top and the numbers on the side. That doesn't matter. It's just somehow you have decided letters and numbers make it happen the same on each so that you can locate any square at any time. All right, once you've done that, now you're ready to start your drawing. And here's how you grid. Gridding, all it is basically is trying to find a point of intersection through a line, okay? So if I see that a shape or a line goes through the grid line creates structure and framework in order for you to go ahead and draw your lines in. And so when you get to your grid, you're going to try to recreate where a line intersected a line and try to match it, okay? So when I come over here, let's work with something as simple as the window up here. So again, I'm on looking at my system. I have 5A, so I'm going to come over here to 5A. And you can go ahead and work left to right all the way down. That's totally fine. And I'm going to look at that square, and I'm going to recreate this little shape inside this square. So I'm just going to try to look at it and draw what I see. Now if I find that it's confusing, like right here, all these lines, this is it's a little bit more than halfway. Okay, right about there. Then I've got this other line coming up and through. And then I can just follow the grid lines where it goes through. Okay, it's about right there. And I have my window. Now there's more shapes inside. Oh my goodness. There's a funky little thing in there. And then I can go ahead and shade later, or just draw out all my lines first and then go ahead and do all the shade work. But right now, let's just work on lines. I'm looking at 5C, and I'm going to keep following that wall line that comes through, going all the way down to D. There's a little corner thing here. Go ahead and use that. And I'm just watching how it flows through this intersection of my grid. Okay, that's essentially how it works. You're using these as reference points. Now, let's say that you get into a section and I don't care how much the square is supposed to help you, it's still confusing you. So let's go to someplace busy like 2F. There's my eye. Let's look at this square right here. So I'll go, sorry, I bumped the thing. 2F, there it is. I'm going to go to this very busy square right here, 2F. Now, if I go ahead and try to make the glasses, I can do it. But let's say that I'm just confused. I'm like, wait, where's the eye start and where's the eyebrow? Here's the beauty of gridding. Not only just the standard grid, but what you do is you make an X through your photo reference. And you make an X through your drawing. I am so sorry. I'm being a very bad teacher. Please use your ruler. Okay, let's do that again. Use your ruler. Yeah, see, I was off. Use your ruler. Okay, you make an X on the drawing and you make an X on the reference photo. And the X offers you extra support. So, extra support. Never mind. So see the how the glass rim goes up through that X? It's a little easier now to see. Wow, look at that. It needed to be a little higher. And I have more information to go on. The eyebrow is going to be above that X right about here. And so I just have more information to follow. And I can go ahead. Now let's say that still was not enough information. These X's, maybe I just needed more. You can go ahead and draw, again, with your ruler, a plus sign. So I draw straight through. It winds up turning that X into an asterisk. So I put the plus over that X, and I'm going to go ahead and put a plus over the X here. Now I have even more, and so I can really see, I don't know if you can see that little highlight point, but now I know exactly where the highlight point is, and I can see better where my pupil, my iris is, and I can begin to really fill it in nicely. Now let's say that wasn't enough information. You still needed more information. You can then go ahead and turn whatever area it was, let's say it was the eye down in here, and say I really need more information. Take it, and so now I have an X in that corner down there. I'm going to have an X down here in this corner. And now I can go ahead and do it. So in a sense, what you're doing is, let me draw it over here. Let me make a pretty big square. I'll reuse what I was using here. Okay, hopefully that's big enough. So here's your square. Let's say it's not big enough. It's not good enough. You need more information, more structure. You make an X. And you say that's not enough. You make a plus sign through that X. You say, okay, that's helpful here, but maybe this corner I'm still confused. So you turn that into an X, and you say still confusing. You turn that into a plus sign. And you say, oh, I still need more information here. You turn that into an X. I still need information. You turn that into a plus sign. Can you see how this just focuses in till you finally, if you wanted to go, it would just nail the spot you're wondering where that line is or where that shape starts. You can just hone in. So it's a really nice tool to use. Now, once you've figured that out, where everything goes, you can go ahead and let's say that I really feel comfortable with the eye. I feel good about what's going on here, and I'm ready. Let me case this in real quick. I'm ready to go ahead and start my shading. You have been handed a blending tool. It looks like this. You can, your blending tool perhaps is very new. You want it nice and dirty. So you take a pencil, hopefully your soft pencil I handed you. 4B, 5B, 6B. Forgot which one I handed this class, but I have a 4B. You make yourself like a graphite puddle. You take your stump, your blending tool, whatever you want to call it, and you make it nice and dirty. And then you can go ahead, and my eye is pretty dark because I have brown eyes. You fill that in. I'm going to still use the grid to kind of figure out where I'm going. And you can use that tool to blend it out and make it look nice and soft. Okay. My, the skin around my eye, you can see it almost looks, if I kind of turn it this way, can you see how dark the eye is? It almost looks like I have a black eye. I've been completely bruised. When you go to draw it, you'll start noticing things like that. I clearly don't have a black eye, but it really is very dark. I've got this Argmady patch on my eye. You can throw that in with this blending tool. Can you see how that starts looking blended? So even though I have the grid, I can actually start taking my stomp and filling in that darkness. And my drawing's going to start coming to life. Can you see how that's starting to form? I can make it light. Now if I've thrown in too much, I can take my eraser and I can lift out. You know, on the one hand you call it erasing, but it's not. It's lifting when you're drawing. If there's an area where you want it to be just lighter, you can go ahead and blend it. You can put it in with your stomp and then take some of it out, just that light highlight, by just lifting and taking it off, okay? All right, so this stomp, it has several names, but let me go ahead and do my nose. I can actually start drawing just with the stomp. Again, don't press harder if it's getting, pretend it's like a paintbrush. You know, you wouldn't press your paintbrush harder to get more paint out of the brush. You would go ahead and get more paint. So this is the same thing. I just go over here, I grab more graphite, make it nice and dirty, and then I can start drawing. So the softness of the nose here, again, I need to look at, where am I? I am on, let's say, G1 in here. Okay, hold on, let me move it over. G1. And I can go ahead and just start putting my nose in. With that stump. Following the lines. Okay, I'm going to blend it out a little bit. Take my eraser. Whipped out a little bit. I can go ahead, help my pencil line to come and show. I'm looking at my grid. Okay, I can keep moving through using the grid to help me draw. But your pencil is going to serve as a really harsh tool at times. It can really make hard lines that you don't want. So then once you kind of figure out where you're going and you want to fill those in with your pencil, with pencil, but you don't want to make it so much like a cartoon and a hard edge. I figured out where I'm going. I can go in with my blending tool and fill it in. And these are called values. You did values with your painting. Remember, some were dark, some were light. And it's starting to look at my face a little bit, okay? So, you can see, look how much dark patching is there. You know, you just put that in with your stomp. Okay, and if you think it's, there's a lighter part, see there's a lighter part right there? If I went ahead and it's just really dark in there, I can go ahead and I can take my eraser and I can look for that light spot and I can actually lift it out and make it light in there, okay? And this is a value drawing. Okay, so you just take that stomp can be pretty amazing as long as you're following the lines, and wherever you need a little bit more guidance, you take your pencil and you go ahead and you can throw some of the outlining in. If you want to, like maybe I want to reinforce my chin a little bit. I'm going to be really light with it. But it's starting to look like my face, right? Okay, so that's the idea. Take care.